Hi, my name is Rebecca Rampersaud, and I'm the organizer of Birmingham's first Thanksgiving supper club. Let's talk about it. First, I want to thank JQ Common Room for helping fund this community event. Through this microgrant, we're able to bring together the community, spread awareness for our local food bank, and support local businesses here in the JQ and in Birmingham. The event was in November 2025, and it was around a Thanksgiving theme. We had lots of local businesses help with the event. I also worked with local ceramic artists like Fire Formed, who are based here in Birmingham and have local market stalls at the JQ Market. And this was really amazing, just for me as someone who's doing the event for the first time, but also giving something tangible back to the participants who come to this community event, who can now, after the supper club, go out and continue engaging with the community through small businesses, which is exactly the point of this whole event. I definitely had some challenges. One of the main things was because of the microgrant and the amount of available funding for capital as opposed to revenue, we were not able to pay any vendors who were going to participate. So we had to, from the application side, completely change how we were going to use the funds. I really thought creatively of how we can reuse things and what things can be used for future supper clubs. For example, we have these tap lights and they were on the tables, people were using them, and it made the event really intimate at the same time, giving people a photo opportunity from the comfort of their own table. One of the main things I love to see is beautiful lighting. We also used the money to purchase items like ceramic vases from local artists, a photo backdrop, a big board we can reuse for future events. We ordered linen napkins. Also talked to the Birmingham Food Bank about what items they were especially in need of for the winter months, which is always part of our event. Was creating a raffle where for every food item you came in to donate, such as a canned item or any boxed items, not only bringing one item in, but bringing several items in. And then that raffle fed into the Cotswolds Distillery, where you were able to win a bottle of whiskey, which was so amazing. The next day, me and my partner, we went physically, we dropped them off to the food bank, said hi to everyone, and it was really amazing to see that impact in real life as well. Thanksgiving is all about giving back to the community, and this is a community event, so I wanted to bring awareness to this cause and also the cost of living crisis. Because of this collaboration and partnership, we were able to raise over 54 kilograms of food donated to the food bank, which they said was one of the big hauls they had. I was also amazed by the attendees. Of course, there were some people I knew, but for the most part, it was a good mix of people. I would say half was about British, half were American. We actually had the winner of the pub quiz, which was Thanksgiving themed, of course, come from a completely British team, which I thought was so amazing. So let's walk through what the event actually was. You had a little welcome drink, which was included in your ticket, and this is where all the food donations were. There was also our thankful tree and wall, where you're able to post little leaves of what you were thankful for, which was so amazing to see, just people coming together and really feeling grateful and appreciative of what they have in their life. Then we walked through to the main dining area. We had 2 long tables set aside just for us, and everyone had assigned seatings. Now, I'm particularly proud of the assigned seatings because everyone stayed exactly where they were for the pub quiz. And I think it was a good mix of people who knew each other, people who didn't know each other. I would say I would know less than half the people there. And but the energy of the room was just, everyone was very on the same page, very much with the same ethos. So many people, to my surprise, actually showed up alone, which I absolutely love. As someone who organizes events, it is so scary to come to an event by yourself for the first time. I spent a lot of networking beforehand, trying to get the word out there. I think that was definitely one of my challenges as well, sort of making sure with everything going on with Christmas and the end of the year season that Thanksgiving as a holiday may have gotten lost. The event, I did a lot of grassroots marketing because I couldn't do anything else. Using my social media, my content creator friends were really helpful in reposting and sharing and getting the word out. But at the end of the day, it was a non-influencer event. And I think that was the main point of it as well. I originally went in there thinking, oh, maybe we would give away a few tickets to build awareness, but in actuality, I think it was better that way because this is a kind of a special seasonal event that you can now look forward to, but it's not because your favorite influencer posted about it. It's because you went. Just being able to connect with real people who are around Birmingham who have the same interests as you. There are so many people who are interested in food, drink, community, culture, and they just have no space to really explore what that would be with other people who have the same interests. So I met so many amazing people. I cannot say that enough. Like, I was shocked just because in this day and age, I think people are quite afraid to see something online and then go in person. It's not really connecting to the expectations they had. For me, I made everything possible for this to go perfectly in my power, and on a low budget as well. Such as like doing the food tastings, and the food was incredible. Shout out to the Rolling Mill and the head chef there who did a great job really delivering Thanksgiving. It was actually their first time doing this sort of event as well. I am a stranger to securing funding. This is the first funding I ever got, so I'm super grateful. The application process, I thought it was very straightforward. The communication was always really amazing with the team. I would say probably the week after, when I had all the stuff, I was thinking, okay, like, what do I do with everything? If we had sort of a community lending library for events, that would be super cool. Because so many people are just not aware that this is an option, like myself. I am involved with the Birmingham community through my content online, and I was really grateful that someone in that business community recommended me to apply to this grant. But without that recommendation, I would never have known it existed. So I guest lecture at Coventry University, and I actually had an opportunity to talk to some second-year sociology students. I told them about micro grant funding and how every neighborhood in Birmingham has their own bid, and just sort of spreading the word as well, and the awareness that if you wanted to organize something, you don't have to be anyone really. You could really just have some amazing idea and want to engage with community and go from there. I would say because of such a small online digital footprint, it was really hard to get the word out there. Even with the Rolling Mill and my connections, it was still, as an event, I think could have been marketed a little bit more. But again, that's a learning curve. One of our other main partners for the event was the new photo company in Kings Heath. Now, there's been a lot of works going on the high street there, and they've seen a loss of foot traffic and really felt that as a small business. So something we worked together with was how can we promote their business while also promoting our event. So they were lovely enough to do the photography, and with the photography, everyone who took a nice group photo would have to go into the shop physically, and they would get a free print of their group photo. I was reaching out at first for traditional sponsorships, so ad space on our menu, etc. What I found was that people either used up all their budget for the year by November, or they were just in a tight bind, and giving away physical money was something that was hard. I did pivot from that, listening to businesses I was talking to, and I was like, okay, what if we exchanged a voucher or an experience? So one of the businesses we work with was Lavender Hall Fisheries, which is now a swim sauna. Wish I kind of changed this or knew this sooner, because I think we were able to get even more businesses than we already have, but we had so many amazing businesses. We also worked with local wine bar, Arch 13, and giving away a wine and cheese experience. And for me, I wanted to give away things in Birmingham that were small businesses that people may have not heard of, would also bring them back into engaging with their community. It is February, so I'm not sure if we can say there's been a lasting impact, but I think there's been an absolute impact. I mean, we can weigh the impact with the amount of food we donated, and I think there's been even questions now about the supper club and people asking when the next one is. So that's really exciting for me as someone who is new to organization, to see that there is a demand even after the fact. I've had people ask me like, when's the next one gonna be? And that's up to you guys. Everyone after said they really enjoyed it. People were talking about next year, bringing more people. So it's something I'm definitely looking forward to, possibly planning for 2026. And I'm also opening the doors to sort of other events that are maybe more accessible in financial means. Our tickets were quite expensive because of the nature of a big Thanksgiving feast, but I also thought about how we can make those tickets cheaper if we did a smaller event or a different theme throughout the year. So this is something that I think a lot of people would be interested in, that I now learned from this experience. I can go forward and give people different options and different tiers of entry for this community event, because it should be honestly for everyone. So after you sat down and we had an amazing feast with all the trimmings, we were able to start our pub quiz. And here's some of the prizes that we ended up giving away. We did 4 Malmaison lunches, a £50 voucher from the Rolling Mill, beers from Attic Brewery, Arch 13 wine and cheese nights, Boston Tea Party vouchers for brunch, and of course for the charity raffle, a bottle of the Cotswolds Distillery whiskey. And just so you feel a little bit part of our Thanksgiving Supper Club if you were not there, I'm gonna read out some pub quiz questions. What day of the week does Thanksgiving fall on in Canada? What American sitcom celebrates Slapsgiving every year? True or false, turkeys can fly? Name the 3 animals in a turducken. And many more. Thank you to the JQ Common Room for making this event possible. I have learned so much. We were able to do so much for the community, and I was just happy to be part of the process and delivering a real in-life tangible event, bringing businesses together and bringing community together to people who otherwise would have just stayed home on a Thursday. It means the world to me that this event was possible to happen in the neighborhood that I live in, that I was able to get microgrant funding from a local community that I've been a part of for only 2 years. It really shows not only that Birmingham is built different, but it's built together.